Hello, bonjour everybody. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching my video, and thank you for those who subscribe to my channel. Today in this video, I'm going to show you how I paint a cargo truck that can be used as a passenger truck for your infantry, and how I made this objective for the Allied force. This is a German command vehicle, so a radio truck. And I decided to build that for the Allied, as most of the time you may choose as an objective something you build. And if you are a Soviet and playing against the German, you may choose to use that, a command vehicle for the German in the German territory that you need to reach with your Soviet force. So I'm going to show you the step by step I use to paint and do the weathering of that base. So before I start to paint and prepare for my new objective, I make sure that all fit together and look good. So I use a base that would be my objective, the same size as Flame of War objective. I place my biggest item that would be on that objective on the plate, and then I start to play around to see it's all fit together. So you can see some items are already painted because I had them paint, like those ammo box, and also some of the soldier. I found those two soldier into the kit with the half track. They are passenger on the half track, but I think they would look great sitting on the box facing the truck and the plan or the mini map of the battlefield. Then I found an officer also already painted and ready to be installed. So he's pointing with binoculars, so it looked like he's on the battlefield, he's looking at something and pointed. So I figure if it's pointing at something instead of pointing the field, I will print something I found on Google, a military map of the battlefield with different unit mark on it. So you can see the battlefield line or the front line, and then both markers of the unit on both sides of the battlefield or the front line. Then I place it against the truck to see if it all get together and it will good. So now what that's done, it's time to start to paint. First thing I did is to paint my radio truck and my cargo truck. So I'm gonna use from Tamiya XF60, it's dark yellow, and I'm gonna paint the under of the vehicle and all around the vehicle, including the cargo top of the truck. And when it's done, I'll put a second coat before I go to the next step. Now that both vehicles are painted dark yellow, I would use rubber black XF85 from Tamiya to paint the tire on both vehicles. The cargo truck is the only one with the tarp, and for the tarp I'm going to use Vallejo Paint, and the paint number is 70825, and it's a German Camo pale brown. I decided to paint a camouflage pattern only on my radio truck, and for that I'm going to use dark green XF61 from Tamiya. To paint the video on the radio truck and the cargo truck, I'm going to use Vallejo Paint 70309, and it's called Periscope color, or Periscope. Both vehicles on the left side of the hood, they have a shovel. So to paint the shovel, I'm going to use black 70950 from Vallejo, and I'm going to use from Vallejo as well what they call old wood color 70310. The last thing I'm going to paint on the cargo truck and the radio truck is the exhaust system. For that I'm going to use Vallejo 70301, it's called Light Rust, and I'm going to paint the entire pipe of the exhaust system on the truck. Now that both vehicles are completely painted, I'm going to do a glass varnish on both vehicles completely, and then it will allow me to do the weathering of the vehicle and installing the decals without any problem with the paint. Only decals I'm going to place on both vehicles will be on the side door of the cab. And for that I'm going to use from Microscale, it's called Microset, and it's a softened decals and improves its adhesion. When all the decals are installed, dry, I'm going to use a matte varnish to apply on top of it, so if there's, by any bad luck, something put over the decals that I don't like, it's easy to remove, and also protect and help the adhesion of the decals. To complete the painting and weathering of both vehicles, I need to do a dust effect on the vehicle, and for that I'm going to use oil-based paint. It is made by Abteilung 502, and I use a ABT003 Dust and ABT125 Light Mud to complete the dust effect on the vehicle. Now for the base of the objective, I'm going to use from acrylic. It's called Earth Textures. It's like a paste that you smudge over your objective in this case. And when it dry, it takes about 45 minutes, it becomes solid. But at least it's not like a flat base, it looks like more like natural ground. When that is all placed, I use my radio truck, I place it onto the objective, then I kind of push it off the objective. That way there's going to be like wheel mark onto the objective. It would look like if the truck drove onto the objective there. Once the earth texture was completely dry, I use PVA glue and I mix it with some brown paint and I paint the base. That way with the glue and the wet paint, it helped to adhere whatever flock you decide to use on it. For me, I use some bark. It's like it's been fine and grinded, so it's really minuscule, and I place it on top of the objective. When that's done, I super glue my truck onto the objective. I glue the mini map onto the truck, and I place both ammo crate against the truck, super glue to the ground, and I glue the two soldiers sitting in position in front of the box. Here's that video show how I create my objective for the Allied force using the command truck from the German army and German soldiers. So when I play my Allied against the German, I can use that vehicle and put that in German territory and make that as an objective for my Allied force. I know the video is not that great overall. I did not expect to make that video. I just in case did some videotaping of every step I made. I hope next time I create a painting video it will be a bit better and shorter in the same way. But anyway, I hope you appreciate. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon with my next video. Thank you all. Bye-bye.